Okay, hi everybody. This time I wanted to show you how to make a close gap activity for Moodle. And this is going to be a little bit more complicated than the last video, which was just importing an exercise that was already completed. So in order to create an activity, you have to turn the editing on. Okay, and I'm going to go down to the area that I want to work on, which is B2. I've already started working on the Unit 1 through 3 progress test. So I'm going to click Edit and open it up. And I want to look at the specific question that I'm going to do. So I go over here to Edit Quiz. And I've already done 2 close gap activities, and I'm going to add a new one. The advantage of the close gap activity is that you can put as many questions as you want and keep them in the order that you want. You can do a close gap text that's all together, like a reading text with either short answer, multiple choice, true, false, this kind of thing. Or you can do a series of questions. You do have a multiple choice option up here, but you have to write each of these questions individually, and they're added to a question bank and scrambled. So I prefer to use this embedded questions feature, the close gap feature. So I'm going to create this activity, and I go up here to where it says category, and I want to put it in my Unit 1 through 3 progress test. So I click on that. And where do you get information about how to do a close gap activity? Well, every time you work on a certain kind of activity, you can always go down to the bottom of the page here in Moodle Docs, click on it, and it will give you information. So what I need to do is, for each gap, I need to write a little bit of code. And I know that that sounds daunting, but it's not really that difficult. So if you look down here in this information page, you see that the code is basically written out for you. You have the option of short answer, a numerical value, multiple choice, and multiple choice can include true, false. And so you see some different options here. You see multiple choice V, that means you get a vertical list of choices. H is horizontal. And then S is the type where it you click on it and a drop-down menu appears. If you write S after the V for vertical or H, that will scramble the answers, and that's what you really want to do. So basically your code that you want to write, if you're doing a multiple choice test, is MC and then either S for drop down, VS, or HS. Okay, they give you some examples down here. So for example, if you wanted to create something like this, a drop-down menu, you would write this open bracket 1, and the 1 is the point value. You can put in 2, or you can put in 0.5. And then you do MC or multi-choice, it doesn't matter. You always have to put the colon in front and behind. The correct answer is always going to be after equals, so equals, and then your correct answer, and then followed by a hashtag, which is your feedback. So if they get the answer correct, they'll see the word OK. Then we have this little squiggly mark, and that separates one answer from another. So the correct answer is California, because we know from the equals. Then we have another answer, Arizona, but we know that that's wrong, so we put hashtag wrong. That will be the feedback. Okay, so I want to show you. Here is the activity that I want to copy and create. This is from the Voyage book. It's from the unit, the progress test units 1 through 3. And what I did was I just copied it and I pasted it into another Word file so that I could mess with it and work with it. So here is what I did. This is the multiple choice task. This is the title that I want to give it, Part 3, Vocabulary. These are the directions. And what I want to do on the Word document is edit it completely before I put it into the Moodle, because it's just easier to write in a Word document, and then I copy it and I paste it into the Moodle place. So here is all the questions and all the possible answers. And down here I've put the answer key so I know what the correct answers are. And I've written out a code that I'm going to cut and paste, or copy and paste into each of my questions. So I'm going to explain the code here. This is what I showed you earlier. We have the bracket, we have the value, which is 1, okay, and MCVS, which is multiple choice. I want a vertical set of options, and then the S means that it's going to scramble the answers. And I'm always going to write the correct answer first, just so that I can always remember. And this is my feedback, correct. Then the wrong answer, try again, wrong answer, try again, and then the close gap. So what I'm going to do is copy this and paste it at the end of each of these questions. So the drop-down menu comes immediately after the questions. Just paste, paste, paste. Very easy. And now, it's a little bit tedious, but I'm going to have to put these answers into the right answer, wrong answer, and wrong answer. And it will scramble them or mix them up so that the right answer is not always on top. What is the right answer? Well, I've copied the correct answers here. And so what I have to make sure is that I always paste the correct answer into the place where it says right answer. So number 1B is the right answer. So I take generosity, copy, paste. Okay. I do have to make sure that I don't have any spaces here. And this makes it a little tedious. What you can also do is go through and find all the spaces using the editing feature, and you can eliminate them. But I'm just going to do it manually. So put in a wrong answer, achievement, wrong, a wrong answer, intention, okay, and on and on and on. Now I'm going to erase these because I don't need these, and we're on to the next one. Okay, we know for number 2 the answer is C, set aside, copy, paste it into the right answer, and it doesn't really matter the order that I put the other 2 in. Okay, so you can see I've skipped ahead a bit, and I've replaced all of those drop-down multiple choice with my code here. And now I just need to copy this and paste it into the Moodle platform. Okay, so remember, in the Moodle platform, oh, it's a little bit slow today. Here is the platform. Oh, sorry. It's going to be slow. Okay, there we are. I go down to B2. This is the unit 1 through 3 progress test, so I want to edit it. And I edit the quiz. Okay, so here are my two parts, my two listening parts, and I'm going to add a vocabulary exercise. So I add a new question. I don't want it to be multiple choice because I'm not going to write out each of the questions individually. I want this to be an embedded answer question. So I add the activity. Now with category, I want to choose where this question is, what category it's in, and it's in this quiz here, units 1 through 3 progress test. The question name, I'm going to call it Part 2 Vocabulary. And the question text are all of my questions plus the instructions. So I just go over here and I copy it, I paste it, and I think I want to make my instructions in bold. Now, there's something else you can do here. You can add a link to a video if you want them to watch a video. You can add a sound file, okay? So you can click here, and then if you have a sound file on your hard drive, you can add it. But this is a straightforward vocabulary quiz, so I'm just going to leave it as it is. What we want to do here is there's a button down here that says decode and verify, so it actually lets you look at the individual questions within the exercise. So there's 10 questions, and it breaks them down, so you see here are the 10 questions, and we can look and see how they're going to behave. So the default mark for this question is 1. Shuffle the choices, yes. I've been using the word scramble, but it means shuffle. That's what that MC, multiple choice. Vertical, S is for shuffle. If they choose generosity, then they get the full mark, 1. And they get some feedback that says correct. Okay. If they choose the other two, well, the mark is going to be 0. Okay, so let's go down here and we're going to save the changes, and we're going to see how it looks. We click on preview and see how this exercise looks. See if we like it. Okay, here it is. Here are the questions, and we can see that the answers choices are down below. We were amazed by John's achievement, intention, generosity. Well, generosity is the correct answer, and you can see it's been shuffled. Let's choose generosity because that's correct. I try to invest, set aside, fritter away. It's set aside. We'll choose those correct ones. And now I'm just going to randomly choose some answers to see if this is working properly and marking things properly. So I'm going to submit it and see how this turns out. Internet is a little bit slow today. Okay, so yeah, we were right about generosity, and we got feedback that says correct, set aside is correct. I was keen to pick up and plan my career. That's not good. And it says try again, and it gives me 0 marks. So this is working properly. So good, there we have an exercise that we can add to the Moodle. I'm going to save the changes. And this is going to take a while, so I won't make you wait for that. But you save the changes, and then you can go back and look at the quiz as if you were a student and take the quiz. Okay, well, my internet isn't working very well today. But, okay, there it is. So it says Part 2 vocabulary, and we can preview the whole quiz now if we want. This is the first page. I did a listening exercise. This is the second page. This was a gap fill. And then here's the third page. Okay, and this is the one that we just did. Okay, so I hope that looked easy enough. You get faster as you go along as you practice, but hopefully this video has been helpful. And I'm going to stop it now, so thank you very much.